What's up, everybody? Hope you're doing well. Welcome back to another CSGO News episode. If you guys have noticed over the past week or so, there have been a lot of you that have not been there. Now, I'm not really sure if it's YouTube's fault or if you guys have just not been, or maybe going to school or just not clicking on videos, but a lot of you guys maybe have noticed that the views are insanely down, the likes are insanely down, and I want you guys to quickly just, to know I don't really care too much. So for all of you guys who do watch the videos, I appreciate that. If you guys do want to hit the notification bell just in case they're not going to your sub box, I really do appreciate that. But as always, getting to CSGO News, guys, a lot of great stories out there. The first of which, Doc turned 18 years old just last week. If you guys did know, early September, it was his 18th birthday. A lot of promise with that, and we actually have him living up to one of his first promises to attend a LAN event. Now, I'm not going to pretend like I know how to pronounce this one. I think it's Louvard, but it's actually going to be a tournament over there in Belgium, guys. A 10,000 euro tournament, so not too big of one, but it's actually going to be 40 CSGO teams. Alongside that, though, one of them will be Doc alongside Scream. I cannot wait to see that. Their full roster, of course, on screen for you guys, and that's just insane to see. Not only living up to his promises of course, going to an event, but with Scream, it's crazy to see how connected he is. Of course, a very well-known name now in the CSGO scene, being freshly 18 years old. I cannot wait to see how this team does. They are probably one of the favorite teams going to the event. It seems like a very, very open circuit event. I think that anyone can actually go and join the event itself, and that's why it's such an open field. 40 to 50 teams, I do believe, is the correct count so far. So congratulations to Doc, guys. He will be competing this weekend at a new LAN event over there in Belgium, and I cannot wait to see how him and Scream do. It's great to see guys like that, of course, not at the major right now, but still keeping up with CSGO, and I cannot wait to see them play. And speaking of other players out there that we cannot see at the major for now, at least, maybe some news coming in the future, we can always hope, guys. It's actually Brax. If you guys did know, he was actually visiting Motar2k in his mansion. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. He is actually out there, guys, I believe in LA, and he managed to qualify with his team, of course, being Swole Patrol, and actually qualified over Team NRG for the Epicenter LAN event. So if you guys do know, Epicenter, a pretty large event. It will be a premier-sized event, and they qualify over NRG, and NRG actually had nothing in place of DAPS. If you guys haven't watched the major, DAPS is actually on the analyst desk, so unfortunate there for nothing in NRG who do not make it, but good news for as well as for Swole Patrol. They do look very good, guys. It's really cool to see as well. Of course, Motar2k living up to his word over there, and he does actually have Swag visiting his house right now. He keeps on pecking at, I guess, Mo to maybe come and actually have a match against him, a boxing match. If you guys remember, we covered that a while ago as well. I think there were some terms along the lines of money being paid out as well if Mo survives over a minute in the ring with him. So we'll see how that goes down if it actually goes underway. But Swole Patrol looking very solid, guys, and they qualify for the Epicenter LAN. Now, also, other teams out there looking very impressive and kind of going under the radar is a team like Taz and Kinguin. If you guys did see, it was actually late last month, it was MIBR who stomped Kinguin. It was a best of 5 in the Zotac Cup Grand Finals, but still, Kinguin made it there, a pretty solid track, so they actually placed second there in the Zotac Cup, and they have now come away with a win at DreamHack Montreal and looking pretty dominant. They actually beat people like Red Reserve in a best of 3. They also 2-0 AGO. AGO looking a bit off this past month or so, along with teams like Imperial, but they 2-0 AGO, and in the finals, they 2-0 ENCE, and we know that ENCE almost made it through the European minor themselves, so Taz and Kinguin looking very impressive so far, and this does mean officially, that does mean in the last 2 weeks across Zotac Cup, one other tournament, and this with DreamHack Montreal, that does mean that Kinguin and their roster have now made more prize pool earnings than their old Virtus Pro roster, of course, Taz coming from, has made in the last 5 months. Now, why I want to point, I'm not trying to kick Virtus Pro while they're down, but put into perspective how it's really cool to see how Taz is doing very well with other teams out there that are not the Virtus Pro roster, and of course, we know that the trouble going Virtus Pro's way with Bialy leaving, we're not sure who's going to join that team. It will likely be someone like a Mihu from a Kinguin, but Kinguin doing well right now. We hope that roster stays together. AGO not looking near as well as they used to, so who knows if they're going to pull players from there, but it's also very cool to see and speculate as well. If you take out V4 Festival, if you guys do know, V4 Festival was ridiculous. It was 4 really good teams, Virtus Pro being one of them. I think Mouse Sports was another, and I think it was actually Virtus Pro losing to Mouse Sports there, but it was somehow a 500,000 euro tournament, which is absolutely insane for 8 teams. It was crazy. I don't know how the sponsor afforded that. That was actually one of Virtus Pro's wins in the last 6 months. So if you take away that win as well, that does mean that Kinguin's roster has actually made more prize pool earnings than Virtus Pro's roster has. If you actually take away V4 Festival, Kinguin has made more prize pool earnings in the last 2 weeks than Virtus Pro has in the last 9 months, which is pretty crazy to see. So congratulations. It's really cool to see Taz proving himself on a different roster apart from Virtus Pro. And very lastly as well, we actually have Decay confirming, as well as pretty much by these tweets on screen, Wardell is pretty much confirmed. It will be Krystal once again roster hopping. I feel bad for the guy. He can't seem to stick anywhere, but this makes a lot of historic sense. Now, I'm not going to pretend that I know the exact issues that he's had with his former teams, but if you guys did know, of course, formerly of that Imperial roster, he only lasted lasted about a month at Imperial, not too much longer at Sprout as well, but more of a, I guess, a few months over there as well. So kind of really been sad to see this guy bounce from team to team, and he actually has been doing really well, and not overwhelmingly well, but it's really cool to see as well. The teams he has played for have been doing quite well and actually playing quite consistently. When he was on Imperial, that was definitely the fashion. When he was on Ghost Gaming, they have not been playing terribly whatsoever, and I was actually excited to see the future of this team, although I have to know if it's maybe it's an internal issue with the team itself, maybe chemistry-wise, or maybe the fact that they had 2 IGLs with him and Steel already, and Steel was taking the reins from him, so maybe his talents weren't be able to use on that team. But it does seem pretty much confirmed here, guys, that Ghost Gaming will find a replacement for Krystal, as confirmed by Decay as well as Wardell on Twitter, kind of saying that, this, Floppy will not be the guy replacing him. So kind of a subtle, I guess, acknowledgement there of the replacement coming for Krystal. It's sad to see a guy like that hopping from team to team, but again, Ghost Gaming looking to make changes. I am very curious to see who this team is going to pick up. If you guys do know, ESL Pro League is right around the corner. This team is coming off a very, very big high, and I cannot wait to see how they do. One of those teams out there I am very, very much cheering for in this upcoming season of Pro League. And very last in today's short episode of CSGO News, I want to show you guys my Faceit pick'ems. I'm going to give you guys a quick screenshot on screen, but if you guys do want my explanations, my brief analysis of why my picks are being made, I'm going to have a full video out in about 4 to 6 hours. So if you guys want to watch that, this will also be uploaded on this channel. I want to give you guys a full video though. It won't be 10 minutes. It'll be a very, very short TLDR of my analysis. I just really quickly want to say as well, literally, you can choose anything as of right now. I have never in my entire lifespan of CSGO so far, despite maybe last major as well, it seems with each successive major we've had so far, the pick'em stages have been so incredibly hard. There are so many teams out there that could go 3-0, that could go 0-3, that could even go through. It's just so hard. So I want you guys to know right now, before you watch my video when it comes out later, if you guys do, there are so many options, and do not copy my pick'ems unless you are taking a risk, because I don't know anything better than you guys know. I just try and think way too hard about this, and it's been so incredibly hard. But very lastly as well, we do have day 1 matchups on screen for all of you guys, and this definitely does play a role into what my pick'ems will be. But again, that video will be out in about 4 to 6 hours from the point of you guys watching this. As always, I hope you guys all enjoy. I hope to see you guys back here in a couple days with some more CSGO news as we do approach. Of course, the legendary stage does begin on Wednesday, guys, so tomorrow I cannot wait to watch all of those best of 1 matchups and analyze those matchups for you guys in the future as well. I hope you guys all enjoy. As always, my name is Jake, like you, and I'll see y'all next time. Goodbye. Oh, and really quick, congrats to the 2 guys. I actually tweeted out about this. If you guys were the winners, I think it was Dante and Francis, I believe, were the 2 winners of the Nothing course giveaway. So thank you all for all of you guys who actually wanted that. And I have given away 2 copies of the Nothing CSGO course, and those guys were already DM'd on Twitter, and I already bought that course this morning. I also bought the course for myself, so hopefully I can get better at CSGO. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.